they come to the injury place and make a you can say that make a obstacle to prevent the flowing of blood. So we'll read about the many process. The clotting process is a very complex process, but in your syllabus or as a standard 10 student, clotting of blood means that the process by which the blood stops from flowing in an injury. So that stopping of blood flow was actually done by platelets, and that process is called clotting. Why it is very much helpful? Because if there will be no clotting, simple injury or simple cut will take place, then the blood will flow from that particular place, and when the amount of blood will become less in our body, then they will not provide oxygen to each and every cell of our body. So it will be a very critical condition for the body or cells to survive. That is why the blood flow must be stopped within very quick time, and that is done by platelets. So whenever any injury or cut takes place, the platelets help the process of clotting and blood stops. So these are the three cells and their function. And another part, as I have told, plasma. The plasma is the liquid part of the blood, and what it does actually, it contains all the things, all the dissolved water, hormone, all the dissolving substance present in the plasma. And one of the main role of plasma is it helps in transportation of CO2. So as we have read in respiratory system, the carbon dioxide from the cells, it was actually dissolved in plasma and carried to the alveoli of the lungs. So plasma help in transportation of carbon dioxide. So this is all about the blood. But students, except blood is a fluid connective tissue, but except blood, there is also another fluid connective tissue which is called lymph. It is also, we have read about fluid connective tissue in standard 9. Blood is one of the fluid connective tissue, and lymph is also a fluid connective tissue. Then how this lymph is formed? Okay, what is lymph and how it is formed? What is its function? We'll read. Lymph, you know that as I've told that the capillary, you know, the capillary is very thin wall. I'm making it bigger one. So this is, you see, a capillary. Okay, the capillary wall has many pores inside it. Okay, so what happens, because of this hole, you know, the inside the capillary there is blood. Okay, so what happens, the capillary wall has many small pores, and through these pores actually what happens, the fluid part, that is plasma, okay, some proteins and WBC, they leak out of capillary. So through this wall, you know that they have very small pores, and through these pores what things are coming out from the blood? From the blood, fluid part, some plasma, some proteins and WBC, they leak out. They come out from the capillary. And what happens after coming out? Actually, these are the cells, you know. Okay. So when these things are leaked out, they are present between the space present in the cell. So these liquid part of the blood, that is plasma, proteins and WBC, when they come out from the blood capillaries and stored in the space between the cells, these are cell, and these things is called lymph. It means lymph is also a part of blood. Which part of blood? Actually, again I am repeating, the capillary wall has many small pores on their wall. Through these small pores, some part of the blood like plasma, proteins and WBC, they leak out and they are gathered, or they are accumulated around the space between the cells, and these fluid is called lymph, or also it is called tissue fluid. It is called tissue fluid. Why it is called tissue fluid? Because this fluid is present between the space of the cells, the space between the cells of a tissue. Then question comes, if this process will continue, so what happen? So many lymph will collected between the space. So that is why what happens, when the lymph becomes more or excess, there is a lymph vessel, and through lymph vessels this lymph is collected and again it is passed to the blood through the vein, main vena cava. You know the vena cava is there, the main vein. The lymph vessels finally join with the vein. So the excess amount of lymph will collected and it will pass through the lymph vessel, and finally it will drain out, or finally it will pass out to vein. So this process continues actually. Lymphs are produced from the blood, and then this lymph again goes back to the blood. Then what is the role of, what is the function of this lymph? Functions of lymph. So lymph has actually two main functions. The first function is it helps in transportation of digested fat. You know that in intestine the fat is broken down to fatty acid and glycerols. So the fatty acid and glycerol is not directly absorbed into the blood actually. The digested fat, the fatty acid and glycerol, first goes to the lymph through the lymph vessel, and then again it is passes to blood. So direct absorption of fat does not take place in small intestine to the blood. First it goes to lymph, then to blood, and then the next function is it drains out the excess fluid back into the blood. It means, as I told, that this process continues, the leaking of the blood, some part of the blood leaking out from the capillaries, and always the lymph is formed. So the extra fluid, the excess fluid of the lymph, again it goes back to the blood through the lymph vessels. So these are the main two functions of lymph. Also the lymph, the WBC, when it comes out the lymph, these WBC are called lymphocytes. They also help in providing immunity to our body. So you can write about the third process, the third one, that lymph also, it provides immunity to our body, because the immunity actually given by the WBC which leaks out from the blood. This WBC when present in lymph, they are known as lymphocyte, and they are also do the same function. They kill the disease causing microbes if it is present in the lymph. So these are the main three functions of lymph. So I think we have completed the circulatory system. So as circulatory system has three components. So human heart, the structure and function we have already discussed. Then we have read the blood vessels, mainly two types of blood vessels, arteries and veins. And we have read the differences between arteries, veins and capillaries. Then the main third component, that is blood. What are the component blood and what is their function? And we have read the another type of fluid connective tissue about the lymph. What is it and what is its function? Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.